yeah, I can see why you'd do that at that point.
Alright, cool. So for the purpose of the recording, I was just hoping you could introduce yourself at least.
Yeah, I'm Jae Bedford.
Okay, cool. So you've been based here how long?
I'm 30, I've been here most of my life. I've been away doing other things, a few years here and a few years there, but this is my home. And
So you were born here?
born here, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, spent all my teenage years here and just ventured away to actually do things musically, like went to Nelson for the Nelson School of Music, and went to Christchurch because it wasn't Dunedin. Yeah. But ended up back here, which, you know.
Fair enough, I guess.
Christchurch woman tempted me to come back to Dunedin, so.
Well, I guess she's here with you then.
Yeah, she is. And we've had kids since, and yeah.
Very cool. So, like, when did you get into music?
It's hard to say. I got into music from, I must have been 4 or 5 or something when I first started actually getting into it, which my mother always says that she was quite stunned that I was interested in what she was playing on her stereo while she was doing the housework or whatever. I got heavily influenced by country music and old school rock and roll and stuff from a very young age, and by the age of 10 I was attempting to write lyrics.
That's
which
pretty
was,
cool.
you know, for 10-year-olds, you know, you only have a limited life experience, so yeah.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have any, like, I don't know, inspiration bands?
Inspiration man. Hey man, how you doing?
Man.
Good.
Hello.
Yeah, just put some posters up, eh?
Yeah man, do your thing, mate. That'd be cool. I'm just in the middle of an interview thing, but
That's cool.
this boy's a muso too.
How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Reggae
Eric?
band
Yeah.
that work here for us.
Wicked.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Hey?
Window?
Put some in the window, yeah.
Sweet.
Not with the glue though.
Why not? See, cool.
Alright dude. See it. Yeah, where was I? I lost my
Inspiration bands.
inspiration bands. Okay, I started with country music, and that led me to Bon Jovi, which, as far as I'm concerned,
Go for it.
Bon Jovi are a country band on speed, as far as I was concerned. When I first heard them, I was like, this is fast country, look at that.
Yeah.
And they led me into Guns N' Roses and
Catch you later, bro.
see you later, bud. Well, the whole glam metal scene, and yeah, I've liked all sorts of things since then. You know, I grew to like punk and just top 40 sort of stuff, and a big influence on me recently has been surprisingly pop punk, because I find it quite kindred to glam metal. Like it's you just change the feels a little, just ever so slightly, and it's the same sort of ideas.
So I guess it's like with people listening to music, you listen to a whole lot of different things, so inspiration can come from a whole lot of different areas.
Yeah.
And it changes
totally.
over time, just as like tastes in music do. Yeah, cool.
Totally.
So, like, you guys, is this like a group that started recently or many years ago, or?
Well, I've been working at what I'm doing and being quite intent on being a leader of it, and that for most of ever since I really started playing in bands. And as I've got older, I've sort of become a bit more, I don't know, had kids and became a bit more fatherly, and I'm starting to get other people into the fold that sing and do whatever they do. And so the Jam Night team is part of my band Dustin Bones.
Yep.
And like I do solo stuff as well as Dustin Bones. In Dustin Bones, the lineup changes periodically depending on what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah. But there's there's a core lineup. There's me in a rhythm section, and lots of other dudes that come and go. And
So it's more like a jamming session when you guys are here.
Yeah,
So
the-
other
well,
bands are invited.
the Wednesday night is a jam session,
Alright,
fully
cool.
a jam session, and we put on certain shows based around that grow from the jam night. Like Saturday we're doing 80s night that is fully grown from we did it last year as well, and this year we're doing a road show thing where we take everything that we take the whole 80s thing on the road and we go to Williamstown, Timaru.
That's very cool.
There's a wee gig in Oamaru which probably
So this is
quite
paid, is it?
Yeah, they'll all be paid gigs, and
So
giving some of these guys that have worked their asses off all this time some
So this is
cause.
both hobby and a job for you, or do you have
Yeah,
like another
for me I
job?
do both because like I have a small promotions company that I go and I take a gig that I want to put on to a certain venue, and sometimes they're regular events, sometimes they're just a one-off.
Yep.
With out of town bands that come and say to me, you know, Jay, we want to come play Dunners. You know, well, where do you recommend? What do you want to? How do we do this? And you know, I normally take it as an opportunity for an outfit that I'm either helping out projeting or whatever, or one of my own bands or whatever.
Yep.
And I do the opening slots. But mostly it is. I do it for a living as well as being what I love. Because
Sounds like the most awesome thing to do.
Oh, it is for me, man. I couldn't imagine doing anything else. So I tried factory jobs and
Yeah, I've been through that stage as well. It's money, but it's not what you'd want to be doing for
that's
the
right,
rest of your life. Yeah. Cool. So, like, this is open to other bands and other people to come in as well.
Absolutely, anybody and everybody to come in. As you can hear, some of us are rehearsing for 80s night.
Yep.
But the band on stage isn't the band that'll be playing most of these songs. It's just so some of the guitar players are going, oh, I really need to learn that solo properly. So they're being a bit forceful to take an opportunity to rehearse that stuff. And,
Cool.
yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to make sure other people can, like, if anyone who actually ends up listening to this knows where to find you guys, we're sitting on 131 High Street.
High Street?
Yeah, next to the Art Cafe.
Next to Art Cafe.
Yeah, so that's every Wednesday, right? 8 p.m.
8 p.m. start time.
Yep.
Till
So whenever, I guess.
whenever the barman can't stand up anymore.
And he has a few drinks, I guess, as well.
Here's a couple of them. Yeah, he's pretty hard out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, you're a vocalist or
I'm a singer and guitar player,
cool?
harmonica player, songwriter. I don't know. Just love music, so I do all sorts of stuff.
So, like, have you considered? Yeah, you have a small band and stuff. So you do solo work and band work.
I do solo work and band work.
Okay. And have you recorded stuff before?
I've recorded stuff. I've got I think I recorded an album with a band called Stark Raven.
Called
Stark Raven.
Yep.
Years ago, and my God, they were Stark Raven, I tell you. And I've got to actually think about this. 5 solo albums that are I've done 2 full studio albums, and there's 3 that are partly live and partly two are acoustic albums.
Alright.
And they're done with acoustic bands and acoustic duos and the like, and they're also one of them's a full live album, which is like full band. It's very heavy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you sort of approach people to do the recording with and to get the CD? Like, I guess you had a full, beautiful CD and everything.
Yeah. The two main studio albums were done. One was done in Nelson when I was at the Nelson School of Music, and I just quietly formed a backing band for myself with the musicians that I felt most akin with.
And you used their equipment there, I guess.
Yeah. We had a full studio that we were fully let loose with, and for a year that's what we did. We engineered, produced, did everything, and in places you can really tell that,
awesome.
that we were just learning about some of the production side of things, but it was good. We really took the game to another level for all of us, and we were called Jae Bedford and the Rebels at the time, and we did a small tour and some CD release parties and stuff.
So, like, how did that come about? Like, did you decide just to do a recording one stage or another? Did you, like, the people that you met, did you talk to them about the implications of it? And, like, did you have to sign away rights or whatever? Or
no, because we were all at the School of Music. Yeah. All at the Nelson School of Music, and some of the recording stuff was part of assignments and things.
Yep.
And,
okay, cool.
And I gave full credit for backing my material, but there was 3 or 4 songs that I wrote with guitar players and stuff.
Yep.
That they got full credit that they co-wrote with me. But until that point, I'd never really co-written anything, so I didn't really quite know what to do. And you find bands like my local bands like the Chills that have got international and stuff. Martin Phillips is the lead singer and the main songwriter. He gives 10% royalty to his backing band that are on the album, with the hope that they'll damn well stick around to keep recording with him and keep gigging with him, so that he doesn't have to keep producing new people, which still happens. But
yeah, that's good. Like, have you considered of like releasing stuff online?
Yeah, I've got a few free things available online.
So you have a site, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've got a wee website.
So where can we find that out?
Oh shit! If you Google me,
yep.
The first site that'll come up is we called jaebedford.com.
Yep.
But if you type that into the address bar, it'll never work as jaebedford.com, because I've been too cheap to pay the fee.
Oh yeah. Yep.
To hold the name, but the site that comes up first is actually called jaebedford.com, but it's some long-winded address that
goes somewhere else.
Yeah, go somewhere else.
Fair enough.
But I've been considering for a while actually getting onto like iTunes or something like that will do the job. But I'm not one of the most
technology
around.
Well, sadly, when you get into that sort of area, it's not just computer stuff you have to watch out. It's also legal things, and it gets a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So I guess that leads on to some of the stuff that I'm personally interested in, which is sort of like copyright reform. Basically, like looking at the current system, the copyright system, and saying, well, hang on a minute, there's a few things wrong here. Originally it was created to protect artists from company exploitation. A printing company that comes along and copies a written work 10,000 times. Back then, just sort of printing companies were new and no one else could afford them. Only big companies could. That's where things like this were created. And now, you're finding that artists very often, especially like almost most of the big music artists, sell away their rights to their music when they make an album to like the big record industries and stuff like that. Well, the stuff that like the group or organization behind that pushes some of these sort of ideas is Creative Commons. Hence the t-shirt I sort of wore it to make sure you could find me tonight. If you go to creativecommons.org, they basically it's a bunch of licenses that you can apply to any work, whether it's music or photography or text or books or whatever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's basically and all of the licenses have one thing in common: it allows people to copy it and share it freely. So I can copy and give it to someone else. Especially that comes mostly in. It's mostly applies obviously to digital works, like stuff on the internet that you copy really easily, or like CDs and stuff. But and then there's like different versions of the licenses that are more restrictive than others. Like some might allow commercial use, some might prohibit it. Some would, like for example, allow derivatives to be made, so long as they're licensed under the same license. So not come along and rip off your music, obviously, and just like take it and then redistribute it as something else or mix it up, and then it's licensed under a license you can't access. And some that don't. Like the most prohibitive Creative Commons license would be one that that allows you only to copy and share, and disallows all the other uses. And the cool thing is that this has been accepted in like most countries around the world, most of the Western ones at least. And now things like Google and Yahoo support searching for it, so you can type into Google anything you're searching for, and you can actually search on the freedoms that are associated with any content. I could be looking for music that I'm legally allowed to download from the internet and copy using Google now, which is pretty cool. So the idea was like a lot of artists, especially like techno artists and stuff, have started releasing stuff on the internet with a Creative Commons license. Like for example, who like are active locally, so they release one album for free, allow people to download it and share it freely. But then they say, well, if you really like our music, donate, but there's all these other albums you can actually buy as well.
Oh, right. That's
so it's like a promotional issue. And like, there's a couple of pretty, like, popular internet bands out there that have, really grown in their fan base because they released like an album online for free, and then just say, well, if you really like our music, you can buy it here and here, and, you can also donate to us.
Yeah. Get a version with a pretty picture on it.
Yeah, like a lot of people would actually do that. You find in real life, a lot of people sort of like download one album first to see how it is, and then they might go out to the shops and buy like whatever Rage Against the Machine or whatever they're downloaded to have a look at. Yeah.
Somebody gave me, and I don't know, well, it heads back to where my influences came from. Someone gave me a Hazy Dixie CD that was burnt. I just about cried when I heard the whole thing. I was like, and like I now own all their albums.
Yeah.
I went and bought all